Hey everyone, Micron Technologies stock is down 34% in the last month, which has many investors asking if that's a buying opportunity. Furthermore, the Semiconductor ETF is down nearly 21% in the last month as well, as a broader semiconductor stock sell-off has taken hold in markets worldwide. So in this video, I'll review why I think Micron Technology is facing some challenges in the near term, and if I think Micron Technology stock is a buy on this dip here. So let's take a look. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. So I have a price chart here for Micron Technology and the Semiconductor ETF, SMH, and you'll notice here the correlation between the two. But also you'll notice that Micron Technology is down 33.96%, along with the Semiconductor ETF, which is down 21%. Usually the Semiconductor ETF will be less volatile than Micron Technology stock. What that means is when the Semiconductor ETF price falls, Micron Technology stock price will fall more than the Semiconductor ETF. And the opposite is also true. When the Semiconductor ETF rises, Micron Technology stock will rise more than the Semiconductor ETF. That means Micron Technology is more volatile, or in other words, it has a higher beta than the Semiconductor ETF. And that makes sense, right? Semiconductor ETF is supposed to diversify your portfolio across several semiconductor stocks instead of taking exposure to just one semiconductor stock like Micron Technology. One of the reasons why Micron Technology stock price is down in the last month is because of decreasing earnings per share expectations. What I have here is the Wall Street analysts that are following Micron Technology stock, their earnings per share expectations for the company in 2024 and 2025. And you'll notice in the last 30 days, those have decreased. 30 days ago, those analysts were expecting the company to deliver $1.22 in EPS in 2024. They've now lowered that to $1.11, or 10% lower. Similarly, for next year, they previously thought Micron Technology would deliver $9.51 in EPS. They now think it will deliver $8.74 in EPS next year. And that has worsened in the last 7 days as well, going from $9.63 to $8.74. So the earnings per share expectations for Micron Technology have decreased in the last month and in the last 7 days for both 2024 and 2025. Now, this isn't only for Micron Technology. Several of the companies I'm following that are similar to Micron Technology that have reported earnings recently are also facing decreasing earnings per share expectation forecasts for 2024 and 2025, including the big giant AI company itself, NVIDIA, which has seen analysts downgrade its earnings per share expectations in the last 7 days. The same can be said for Intel, for AMD, for Taiwan Semiconductor, etc. So the earnings per share expectations in the first half of 2024 for all of these companies that I just mentioned were seemingly jumping ahead of themselves, going higher and higher and higher. That was especially true for NVIDIA. But in recent weeks, they've now kind of settled and they're kind of coming back down. It seems like now the analysts on Wall Street that are following these AI-related stocks, they've raised their earnings per share expectations enough to account for the surging demand for AI. Make no mistake about it. AI is creating an absolute surge in demand for these products, for products that Micron Technology sells, more so for products that NVIDIA sells. And for Micron Technology, the boom in demand is more likely to come next year, the year after that, and the year after that, rather than this year, because right now, more of the computing requirements for artificial intelligence are happening in the cloud, in AI servers, like those that are invested in by Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, etc. But over the next few years, the forecasts suggest, and certainly Micron Technology management team expect, that more of those computing requirements will be happening on the edge. That means on the device, on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, on your TV. And so it's going to go away from the cloud and on the edge, which is an area where Micron Technology will benefit, right? They sell the memory and the storage for those devices, and those devices will need more memory. Those devices will need more storage if they are going to take more responsibility for the computing for these AI capabilities. So longer term, that is still intact. That rising demand is still intact for Micron. But on the edges, maybe it was a little bit less than expected, right? A little bit less than forecasted. And you see that little bit less. It's roughly 10% right now in the last month, where analysts have lowered their expectations for Micron Technology. Now, that was talking about Micron Technology specifically. More broadly, you'll notice the market undertaking a massive sell-off in the last 3 trading days, right? On Monday and then Friday and Thursday, those 3 trading days have seen a significant sell-off in markets worldwide. So that creates an added selling pressure on Micron Technology stock caused by the broader stock market sell-off. So you have several factors causing Micron Technology stock price to decrease. Now, all that being said, is it a buying opportunity, or is this an excuse and a reason for investors to sell Micron Technology stock? Well, after this sell-off, Micron Technology is trading at a forward price to earnings ratio of just 9.429, a forward PE of just 9.429, which is close to as cheap this stock has traded for all year long in 2024. And especially now that we're, closer to the time when Micron Technology will benefit from the rise in demand, which will start more so in the fourth quarter of this year, and then in 2025, and then in 2026. You're now closer to that, but you're getting the stock at a lower valuation. And so I still think Micron Technology is a buy. You'll notice here that I had placed Micron Technology on my list of top 25 stocks to buy, and I last updated that recommendation on July 2nd. I put it on my list here of top 25 stocks to buy. And you can see I have various ratings on the stocks that I cover. They can be a top 10 growth stock, a top 25 stock, the best stock, which I think is Alphabet right now. And then they could be a hold, they could be a buy, it could be a sell. So I have several categories of rating, and I have Micron in the top 25 here, given its risk versus reward at current valuations. So after these recent market volatility and the price declines, I think Micron Technology stock is still as attractive as it was when I placed it on my list of top 25 stocks to buy. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.